Hi and welcome to another video. Here I'm going to show you a trick you can use to change the aspect ratio of your source in case you have a completely different ratio on your source than the canvas that you're going to be painting. This is what you see here. So the white is the ratio that I had for my canvas, and the tree photo is what I was using as my source. Now, if you look, if I just pull it like this and change the aspect ratio, with this tree, I could maybe even sort of get away with it. But imagine if there were people or animals in it, it would really change the proportions and it would just be off. Of course, I could just cut off some part at the top and at the bottom. But if you look with this tree photo, I really thought I'd be losing stuff that I didn't want to lose. So I couldn't just change the aspect ratio that way. With something like this cat, for example, it'd be super simple, right? I would just be able to cut the canvas to the ratio that I need and we wouldn't have much of a hassle. But with this tree, it was different. In your app, you would create a canvas size with the same aspect ratio as the canvas size of the actual canvas you're going to be using to paint. I did it a little differently here so that you can really see. So it's all the pink that we basically have to now sort of, make up that we don't have on the photo source. And I just have to kind of come up with how to paint that. So now on a different layer, as you can see, I did exactly what I now before told you is not a good option. I changed the aspect ratio. I just pulled it wider so that the tree basically fills the whole canvas. And now the layer with this now really wonky looking, very wide tree gets laid under the other tree photo, the actual one with the right aspect ratio. And as you can see now, I have these double edges, right? And that's what we're going to be dealing with next. What I also did was I blurred the layer with the wider tree a tiny bit, yet you don't have to absolutely have to do that. So you can skip that. And then what I do here, I'm zooming in and I use my smudging tool. And I am basically just blurring these two layers together a little bit. So you see, instead of this double tree branch, I kind of turn it into one. I just extend it. I'm just smudging wherever I feel that it doesn't look good. And also so that I don't, if I happen to get really close to my source while I'm painting, suddenly have these double edges. Of course, I can really make up some of this stuff. It's a tree, right? I don't have to get a relief right. This is really just so that my eye doesn't get confused when I paint from this source. So I'm doing that on both edges. I'm just smudging around to make the strange edge double effect go away. You always want to keep zooming back out so you can keep the overview of what it now looks like, and you just continue doing that until you feel that your eye won't get confused when you're using that source and transferring that to your painting canvas. And that's basically it. I hope that helped.